How's it going, everyone? It's been a long time since we posted a video on this channel because we've been busy just lifting weights and not playing Yu-Gi-Oh! But today we've got 3 matches to review because the format library ladder has just been opened up, and these are the 3 ranked matches for the format library ladder. But before we dive into the matches, here I have a very special guest with me today who will help me with the commentary. And secret guest, please say something about yourself.
It's GOTE, GOTE. I'm basically a YouTube slut now because I recorded a video with Flocky, I'm recording a video with Shivsky, and yeah, we are going to be on the formerly Slow Goats channel reviewing these wonderful Chaos Turbo matches with the hand not visible from the opponent.
Yeah, not visible.
Not visible. Yeah.
I have turned it invisible now, and so we can start. The deck list is very basic, basically, nothing special. So we can just assume standard nicey Chaos Turbo. But the only difference is that I only have 1 dash shoot and 3 jars, basically. So this is the first ever ranked ladder match on Format Library 2025. So let's see how it went.
Oh my god, it starts awfully. You drew torrential.
Oh yes, the torrential is the replacement for the third dashut. So 1 dashut is replaced by torrential, and 2nd dashut is replaced by third jar. That's the difference. But yeah, okay, at least we opened Dekoichi, and I guess you agree with this.
Right? Do you know the matchup?
No,
Vaguely?
no, of course not. I don't know anything about my opponent.
I guess it's reasonable. I might consider setting 2.
You would, alright, that's interesting.
I'm not sure if I would, but the upside is very high. The downside is Storm. Okay, this is an easy ring.
Right, because resolved Dekoichi in, is basically the biggest menace.
Yeah.
You're just trying to get the free attacks in.
Yeah, no, that's a really good draw.
So
that's another really good draw.
Yeah, this is basically what sparked the small debate in Format Library, because I asked what happens if I draw Thunder Dragon from the Koichi and then opponent then shotguns dust shoot. Is this allowed, or would I be allowed to claim priority for Thunder Dragon this card? In the end, they haven't decided, but I personally think that I should be allowed to do the priority discard.
I mean, according to the rules, you probably should, right?
So tell us in the comments, what do you think? And the rest of the play is simple, I guess.
Set deco, set MST. Yeah. Yeah, that's good. He really got you there.
Yep.
Okay, interesting point, actually.
So, well, it's actually a game, so because we have light and the dark. Right, 5,000 damage. I think I sided mind control and dust shoot instead of torrential and MST.
Well, we saw Jar of Greed. It's probably it looks like Chaos Turbo from what we saw.
That's what I assumed as well.
So we didn't see the Prem. Yeah.
Well, here I'm assuming that the second set could be anything basically, because right, it can be regeki, ring, or jar. So
Yeah, I mean, jar is the most likely. Even if you have ring turn 1. Yeah, I guess you have to discard double T, do that. It's interesting whether to set. I might set faith, honestly.
why would you set fate? It feels so nice to
I
check
value
for
the
knock, I
dart.
think.
Yeah. Yeah, it's probably better to just set spy. But
Also, if he knocks, I mean, if he knocks, it's so much better, and if he doesn't knock, I mean, we just set fate next turn.
yeah. What's though? 2 spies, okay. So maybe you can assume he drew spy for turn. Maybe.
Right.
Yeah, I mean,
So he doesn't dash shoot,
just
and he's probably not dash shoot.
I don't know if I'm jar there. Like, what are we drawing? Oh, I guess we have 3 dash shoots now, right?
Right. Exactly. That's why. Specifically, that's why I
Yeah.
jarred.
I would, yeah. You got a jar. And then you set faith pass.
So it was a jar. Very sneaky.
Guy likes holding his stuff, I guess. Yeah. Tsukiyomi, the worst card statistically ever, according to Nicey's statistic.
I still left it in the deck because, like, what else do you put in the main? I already have 3 jars. You can only put 1
Really?
Sakuretsu in
No.
the main. Or maybe
Oh
top
yeah, I
fate.
guess if you're not playing, it's weird. But you should be, probably. Tsukiyomi's amazing. What? What discarded freak?
I discarded. Well,
hmm.
what do you think? Tell me.
It's either Suk or Breaker.
So
I think
yeah.
I just
Well, here is what I was
but
thinking. If I summon Chaos Sorcerer, I mean, it's just a +1, and it's vulnerable. If I
yeah.
summon Tsukuyomi, it's also just +1, but it's not vulnerable, and I can summon CS later. And Breaker is just not breaking
That's another
anything.
player. Yeah, no, I agree. Actually, I agree because another play is possibly summon Sork, flip the Sork face down, and then you're safe from snatch or anything like that for the time being.
Right, but you only profited for 1000 damage because you can just Sook, not summon Sork, and summon Sork any time later. The only
I
difference
like having the
is
pressure on. We have because next turn you're a likely play if you dust shoot him or it's just swinging for 23.
I
Like
understand, but I'm saying
I
if we don't summon CS this turn and he doesn't do anything, we can still just summon CS next turn after we see his hand.
I agree. However, your sort of entire play is damage based, right? You're trying to out tempo him with the dust shoot, so the 1100 is quite valuable.
Okay, I see the point, but I'm not sure. We're going to see 6 cards.
I would, but
Okay.
yeah, we will see.
So yeah, I went for the, I guess, safer play, but could be less ambitious and also could be bad play.
Something like Kaiku, for instance, if he just like has a Kaiku, then
So
nice
the
to have
surprise
Talk on
here
board.
is
I was dying. And wait, what is that? Blue Eyes, White Dragon Ritual, of course.
yeah.
Of course, how could I have not anticipated that one?
So basically here I just made some calculations. What happens if he summons Ryu Senshi with Stein and I survive it. So because I survived that, I just can return Breaker back and we are safe. And then, well, this happens.
He was counting. Okay. The first format library ranked match ever.
Yeah, this is the
That's
first
it,
ever
folks.
ranked match in the format library. Okay, and now moving to my first ever loss in the... Oh, why it's running already?
No. You can't spoil it. You can't spoil it for the viewers like that.
Jesus Christ. Okay, so here we can see I played on the second account, which is called Siushki Prio if draw Thunder Dragon, so that opponents cannot shark me, right? And I'm playing against very famous
I know.
grabs.
This card doesn't even exist in GOAT format. I think it should be banned. Profile picture.
Right. So he's starting Thunder Dragon pot. Again, we are assuming that at least one of those is Jar of Greed, right?
Yeah.
Especially because...
Especially if he is not dust shooting.
Yeah, especially. Pot in.
Okay, no knock, we lose.
Yeah, not looking so good because we don't have any outs to the set. Unless we go -1 with Rageki, but I don't think I would do that.
Yeah, me neither. I think we have to set the Koichi. Yeah.
Some people would probably maybe argue to attack with the Koichi, but I'm not the kind of person who attacks with the Koichi into sets if not absolutely necessary.
Well, honestly, it's more statistically likely that there's a spy than
Right.
faith, so yeah. Okay. I mean, we get a dark in the grave, it's not the worst. Okay. It's looking more winnable.
Right, so something very interesting is going to happen now, and I wonder what your play is. Oh no, it's going to be next turn.
Yes.
This turn is just obvious, I think. Right?
I think you have to just slam them. Yeah.
And well, here, this is actually quite...
Given that it's really likely to be spy, you could actually just set regular. But that's maybe with the benefit of hindsight. So yeah, okay, break is good. I like break.
And also, would you break the left or the right card? The old or the new?
So the old, it could be a Jar of Greed, because he said it first turn alongside the torrential.
Right.
Did
so
he not?
the center
No, he
is
said
the
it
old
second
one.
turn. Yeah, no, he said it first turn alongside the torrential. So I'm not too enthusiastic about breaking that.
So the left
Because
card.
I really think probably yes. Because what do you set first turn alongside torrential that's not Jar of Greed?
I agree.
I agree.
And then it was the new, the new one was Jar.
Unlucky.
In hindsight, this probably cost us the game, which is unfortunate, but
I think it's the correct play to break the new one. I'm really not. Like, are you really setting torrential Mirror Force turn 1 or something?
yeah.
I don't know. I wouldn't set break. I don't think I'd set break.
Well, I said break because if anything bad happens to our back row, we can clear the spies basically for free, so... right?
I wouldn't say for free.
Well, I don't know, but yeah, I mean,
Like, okay, judging from the way you're talking, this is torrential heavy turn one. The pro storm. But
well, no, I was not expecting Storm to be in the back row, but I mean,
it really could be, you know. I mean, it could be a very large brain player to break in his standby phase.
the Crab's Gambit.
Yeah. Well, it's not Storm.
Yeah, he does interesting play. Just sets 2 cards. I mean, back row and monster. And
Okay,
now I guess
graceful.
this is the interesting turn here. I mean, obviously you play Charity, right?
Yes. Yeah. You would. Solid, okay.
So
I completely
this.
blanked on Solid, honestly.
And now
No. The fact that. Oh, yeah. Yeah, no. It's making sense. I just blanked that Solomon exists because it's so bad to play in CT, but
all right.
at least in the CT mirror.
So here I'm thinking.
But yeah, I mean, Krebs, I played against Krebs and he was using Solomons then, so I definitely should have anticipated that. And if we have that in mind, then it's probably correct to break the old set because he's likely to slam the jar if he has it, and there's little downside in doing so. So yeah. Now that we've remembered that Solomon exists, I think it was correct here.
Right, I agree.
Like the old.
So in hindsight, we should have solemned. I mean, breakered the old one.
Yeah.
But all right, now
I am rusty.
Now we can go for game if we are really reading. I think.
Which we are.
But if we go for game, we have to Regeki break the monster. And then we can attack directly
into the back row.
If we break the back row, then we don't have game.
Yeah. Maybe not. Oh no. Yeah. I guess.
Yeah, because
it could be Night Assailant.
Yes, but also because Tribe would kill the breaker.
No. It's game. If it's not. Still not game. I'm thinking. So if we break the back row and it's Mirror Force and his set is not Night Assailant, then it's game. But if his set is MST Raigeki break and he chains it on the ring, then it's not game.
Yeah.
Because we'd have to bring our own breaker and there'll be 39. So it's tough. It's tough.
I probably think that we should go for game now. But because if we ring our own breaker, yeah, no. Right. So anyway, in the end, I don't go for the game. But I don't know. Maybe we should go for the game. Because we are like losing in card advantages. And he just repeats his play again. I will draw the knock.
Okay.
So, here is what I was thinking. I was thinking, okay. I've got the knock now. Means if I just attack his set this turn and set Raigeki, then on the next turn I can almost certainly kill him. That's what I thought.
I don't think that's very good logic, honestly, because there are a lot of things that could go wrong in that time span, which are one, Faith, which he's been through quite a few flips now, so It could be knight assailant, you know, but it could also be fey. And 2 dust shoot. If he rips a dust shoot, then you won't be able to go for game.
There's also
Storm.
storm, yeah. There's probably some.
MS in the end fey.
I mean, yeah. So probably just correct to nobleman here, but then we are stuck. We're stuck, and he still has more cards. Don't know what to do. But probably it's just still better to be stuck, to let the cards accumulate, because we are in card disadvantage. In the end, I just attack. And go for my plan.
Yeah, this is unfortunate. I mean, it might work. Who knows?
Yeah, we have to pray that it works. But yeah,
The other thing, oh yeah, hand size is kind of large. Well, we ring break.
I ringed his spy first.
Mm-hmm.
Then he rings his other spy.
Oh dear.
Yeah, this means BLS is coming, right? That's why I regeked my own breaker here, just to conserve the life point.
Maybe, but it could also be a Raigeki break on his own spy there.
So this was just
That's
a
great.
misclick.
Okay.
Then he is sad because he cannot kill me, so he just gives me 2 Hobans. Duo. So I'm discarding nobleman here.
Yeah, I agree.
Because obviously we can sorcerer, and secondly, there are no more dangerous flips basically.
I think they probably will, instead of breaking your own breaker, just break his spy, because the difference in damage, if it's BLS, is only 200. Okay, maybe game, may not be, but the upside is, if it's not BLS, then you conserve more.
Right. Yeah, you're right. I don't think that the 200 would make a difference between me losing or dying, so in that case, definitely better to Regeki his spy.
Probably.
So he still goes for the damage. So well, we can either chaos or tribe.
Probably Sork. But
I don't even know why I go for virus here. Probably because I'm hoping to cheese with chaos sorcerer 100%.
well, if he has a revenge Sork, then or you could just summon the Sork and go for game.
So unfortunate. If we summon Sorg, it would be better. Looks like he didn't have an out.
Well, I don't know, but I suppose you do know.
So
Since that knock, yeah.
yeah, he doesn't play knight assailants.
I think you're in a desperate enough position there that you should do it. Especially if you know that he doesn't play knight assailant.
Do what? What did you mean?
You should slam the Sork and just try to attack the game on that turn where you use tribe on the PLS.
But how would I attack for game there?
Well, Sork attacks
Right.
the face down monster and then tribe directly.
Yeah, right. Oh, I think that was. That would be game actually, because his back row was nobleman and his set was just a dead spy.
Yeah. I mean, given that he's summoned the BLS, you would maybe assume that has some protection from snatch, but you're I don't know, you lose almost no matter what. So
Right.
I think odds-wise, it's not bad.
Yes,
It's not a bad
because
gamble.
at least in this scenario we see a way to win, right? In the other scenarios we don't really see.
Yeah.
Right. I think you're correct, and that was a blunder. Spotted. Okay, so we're going
Well, this
first.
should be a winning hand. According to the NICE data, 77% of Chaos Turbo mirrors are won by the player who goes first. So
Yeah. We have a good hand, so nothing to complain here.
we will be normal summoning the Koichi to preserve the dark. No, incredible.
Come on. So the dragons go. Darks go as well. I'm trying to draw one, but no. And yeah, here is how it begins to play out, right?
I was spitting.
So here I'm thinking that basically no matter what his set is, he'll probably attack me. The Koichi Knight Assailant, it's not because he doesn't play. Could be Koichi. I mean, could be the Koichi, right? Because only 2 are banished. Why?
Mm-hmm.
That's why I said Serpent.
Yeah. I agree.
Of course, every time you
That's
set
fine. That's
Serpent,
good, actually.
opponent has. Duos. We get a dark.
Thing is, if he hit the snatch, he might want to discard the Sork anyway, then instead of the serpent. Like Kaiku summon. Okay, we get Suset Faith, I guess. Get Snatch, maybe.
Yeah, there are no other choices except duo. So Snatch is good, but
Has to be Snatch, yeah.
so now again we can consider to set Serpent or not, but I don't think.
Yeah, I don't think you should here.
Yeah, me neither.
There are a lot of top decks that you don't. But not that one. Man, that's rough. I think we set Serpent.
Set Serpent because you want to draw Charity, discard Sangan.
No, because I want the dark. I think there's a decent chance that he'll remove the Serpent with the Worry Lady.
Oh.
Even well, I'm basically banking on the fact that he doesn't have another beta here because it's unlikely. So If he swings with a warrior lady, sets a monster, you're insulated with the knock. And I really want to resolve this Sanga.
That's interesting. I guess what I was thinking was that even if he banishes Sangan with lady, then still we have removed the pressure. But what I'm really afraid is if I'm setting serpent, it maybe attack with fate.
Actually, no, you're right. That's plausible.
So that's why.
I don't think I would set knock.
The breaker is gone.
Yeah.
And we are trying just to survive, so setting bluffs I sense here.
It's okay.
But precisely because breaker is gone, right? Otherwise not.
Dust shoot is played around that you happen to draw for turn.
Yeah, great.
I'm definitely not setting dust shoot there though. One of our premier ways out of this is to update break.
Right, that's right. But I was thinking more immediate concerns to just dissuade him from attacking with 2 monsters.
I don't know if it wouldn't dissuade me anyway, personally.
Yeah, neither did him. So it was a game.
Well, it didn't matter either. Okay, that was unfortunate.
It looked so good. I don't think that we misplayed in game 2, but definitely misplayed in game 1.
So
Okay, so we are 1-1 in the premier format library ladder, and have a third match. What is happening? We have a third match to review.
now we will be winning the game because we went first.
Who went first? Me, right? Yeah.
There you go.
And unfortunately, this is the last game played on this account, probably because I forgot the password already.
Well, it was a good run.
Yeah. It actually went 1-1. So
It was a good run. Oh, you sniped the knock as well. How dirty is that?
right, very good opening.
I'm not setting ring there.
No. Let's see. You're not setting ring, then we get dash to that. That's one thing. Basically, the only thing, I guess. Dash is the only thing.
I'm
Right?
not opposed to getting dusted. I'm not even with this hand. I'm not really trying to play around dust shoot the whole game.
But I mean, right? It's for free, Like what happens if he breakers or tribes? Then we have free Dekoichi. What we talked about the game 1, right?
Oh yes, I suppose I probably would prefer to ring. Yeah, I would prefer to ring a breaker than have it run over the Dekoichi. Even it would blank, but because it would hit the jar of greed. But yeah, yeah, okay, I don't mind it.
I mean, I always try to. I mean, if I have ring and Dekoichi, just like a no-brainer for me.
I don't think so. Not in the CT mirror.
Well,
Oh my god. Well, we can jar of greed. So that's a reason not to set ring.
yeah.
In fact, it might outweigh the breaker argument. I'm not gonna lie.
Who knows? But what about Kaiko? I mean, it's just so
Actually,
good.
we have that. So,
It's just so good to have a resolved
yeah.
deck. I mean,
we will be discarding the spy, which is, I mean, I'm very happy with that duo.
Ta-da.
Amazing. Okay. Yeah, this is something like I would not play around shoot here. I think the upside is too high of resolving charity.
Yeah, definitely. I agree.
Yeah. Pretty easy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I agree with this as well.
Right. Early BLS pressure with some very inconvenient ways of handling snatch, but definitely I get.
Yeah.
But if I didn't have a ring, then I wouldn't summon BLS.
Possibly you could anyway. Possibly. Yeah, it might not be worth it in that scenario. Because Snatch is one of your main ways to lose there. Okay, yes. No, yes, you're right. You're right. Chain the ring.
You're thinking we could
I was thinking maybe we hold it, let him balance, bring the Sangan, summon Sork, but that's very. It's even more nag, especially otherwise. I want to resolve the deco. Okay. Yeah, I agree. Upstart. It's a very convenient breaker draw.
right? Great.
In the mirror. Big misplay not setting the Regeki break here into his morphing jar.
Right. I have PTSDs about morphing jar, but I still don't set.
I genuinely would here because I'm going to set it anyway. The morphing jar point is very small, but who knows?
Some warriors play it, especially post side, so keep that in mind. Okay. This is a
It's
knock.
a very clean hand.
And then we're setting Sangan, I believe.
I would still set Koichi, I think.
I prefer Sangan first because if they have mind controls and stuff like that, they usually they have to play it here.
I think the upside of resolving the Koichi is too high. I'd much rather resolve Deco, set Sangan or Rene next turn than, tribute TD, blah, blah, blah.
Right, but
So,
okay. Well, I wasn't planning to tribute. If Sangan survives, I would just set the Koichi. That was the plan, at least.
right. I mean, it's arguable, but say he sets across, the Sangan can't get over that, so he'll be able to run over your set to Koichi.
Well, that's a good point.
The
Yeah.
other point is though, the other point is we have no flips in the grave, and if Dekoichi gets knocked, then okay, that's very minor. I'm not going to consider that. I would set Dekoichi.
Right. I think it's fine. Huh? It's better, probably.
Probably. I mean, you're in a good position either way. This is a point where I would definitely not set break because I do not want to Regeki break a breaker.
Well, you don't want to Regeki break the breaker, but maybe you want to Regeki break his set.
If I want to do that, I can do that next turn. Really choose to.
Definitely.
But
Yeah.
I feel like that's very low probability that we'll want to break a set anyway. Even lower if we set the Koichi.
Yeah.
But yeah,
No, again, I think you're correct. Actually, it's not like that. It really matters like that much, but
yeah.
it matters a little. So you're right.
Generally, I don't like doing unnecessary things. minimalistic approach.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, sometimes really absurd things happen, like, you know, I don't know, Charity discard light and dark and then smacks you with BLS and then rings it. So, you know.
Yes, that could be a reason to have some defense. See, this scenario is what I wanted to avoid. Because even more likely than knock or minecon, statistically, is not neither of those. So statistically, our deco is resolving more than 50% of the time. Hence, yeah, I don't like this stuff. I would not want to waste the break here either, I think. Although we have faith into knock. Okay. I can see it.
We know that he does not have an out to our flips.
Yeah.
But at the same time, we basically got rid 2 of those already in 2 monsters. Maybe he has more. I don't know. I didn't plan to set Magician this turn. I wanted to go with Deco finally.
Definitely would set faith if you're planning. If you're going to break, then I think faith is the set you want.
Because of Nobleman?
Yeah, because if he sets another one after you break and you just resolve the deco, then you can attack, yes, but you haven't really gained tempo in the same way. Also, you do have a duo engrave, so if he doesn't set, then the upside is huge. Oh, no, you don't have a duo. That was last game. That was last game. No, I think I would.
Well,
if you want to do this play,
if you set Fate, he sets a cross, we get the knock, we knock him, then basically we are in the same scenario again. Then just we set Deco 1 turn later. But of course, the probability
no,
that he
because you
has
get rid of
knocked...
2 flips. You get rid of 2 flips, and deco is already knocked. An argument not to, I guess, is that he's unlikely to have a 3rd flip, but I don't know.
Yes, it's unlikely that he has a 3rd flip, but as you said, if we set Fate and knock his 3rd flip, then it's even more unlikely that he has a 4th one. So then finally our Deco would be happy. But that's
For
returns
sure.
ahead. So, I don't know. I don't know if it's objectively better to set Fate or Deco here. I'm not convinced.
Yeah, I don't.
Either.
Another thing, I might consider attacking with Sangan this time. But if he top decks TD,
yeah, definitely. I don't.
And this is This is the scenario I was trying to avoid by setting Deco initially. That you have this dead Sangan just sitting there, but I guess it's defense. Okay. Well, in the scenario of a beta, I suppose Deco is better.
I think that should. Oh, okay.
No dash shoot. That's interesting, man. His first set has been down for a while. I can't remember on which turn he set it.
It was he turn 1. I think he set. Oh no, that previous game as well.
Yeah.
We started this game.
Sort of. I mean, we haven't given him any opportunity to use a ring yet. But I think I would probably break the old set anyway. Because the new set could very well be Jar.
Yeah, I think so. But we don't get to make the choice. And I think
the other option there, I think, faith across and just. No, I don't.
I mean, the upside of breaker, I mean, the probability of him succeeding is small, but there's no downside, right?
It's tempo.
If we're setting fate, then we also don't get much tempo. No good spells, at least.
I agree that set to try to regain tempo would be an A, but yeah, I agree with the breakers on balance.
So searching, what do you search here?
Yes, Tsukiyomi.
Yeah, so funny.
Not
Because I mean,
happy.
yeah, I'm getting Tsukiyomi definitely because it's the one that makes a +1, and we have many flips, and we have discard fodders, so serpent is also not critical. That's why.
But this back row isn't Dash Shoot, it's not MST. It's not Jar of Greed. What is it? It could be Solemn again.
Solemn, Mirror, Force, Regeki Break.
I mean, I find it sort of unlikely that he would set Ring and Mirror Force in the same back row. Regeki Break is a maybe. Yeah, okay. I agree. We recover the deco. Yeah, this is what I don't like about searching Sook, though. It's so unlikely to resolve here.
Yes.
And if it doesn't resolve, we're very behind on tempo. But I don't see a better play at the same time. So
Yes,
and
because
you could set deco, but then you're not removing the pressure.
right. If his beater was anything other than tribe, then probably we could go for spy.
Yeah.
But because it's tribe, then spy doesn't really do anything.
Mm-hmm.
So we're getting kicked a lot.
Damn.
And I
Yeah.
guess this is one of the scenarios where you have to attack set.
Yeah, you probably have to deco over it. Well, actually, do you? It's just no, it's upside as well. Okay, sure.
Well, we are on autopilot basically now at this point. Pops the Hoban, get the tribe. Tribe is good. So here I'm trying to clear his monsters with tribe.
Yeah, I would attack the set. His set is unlikely to be removal at this point. Oh, it is removal.
He's thinking, so it's probably Regeki. Or
I mean, break is the only removal he has left. Yeah, the ring and mirror force are gone.
he's really like signaling Regeki here. He doesn't play anything in the end, so
He's just bluffing, I guess.
I blow up everything. Set this.
Could be MST.
Again, yeah, I just said this for bluffing again. But this time
You should, yeah, you definitely should set it.
we are getting punished by breaker. That's about it. If he has it.
I'm not really, yeah, I'm not really concerned about that. Oh, okay. He's just going for game. That's weird. That's really weird. They didn't use that last time.
This hand against
Oh,
Zook
man.
and Zork, yeah.
I'm seeing the play, but nobody is going to be happy about it.
So you would have to attack an edge and then banish Serpent, right?
Yeah, I think that's the only play.
Well, let's see. It would still lose, right?
It loses to any removal on the snatch or chaos.
What I went for was just hopes and dreams that he won't attack with 2. But the hopes and dreams ended early. So game 3, we're going first.
That honestly felt sort of winnable, sort of.
Oh, yeah, I don't know. It went down the hill with that Zook loop. Then we had to waste a deco on that. It was really downhill from there. I don't
The
know.
root of real problems might have been, well, 1, setting Sanga, and 2, breaking the set, 3, not setting Faith. And that's, but, well, no, by the time it came to set Faith, then it was sort of negligible. But I think certainly setting Sangan and breaking the set were inadvisable.
Well, in that particular game, if we did set Dikoichi and we flipped it, right? Maybe he would have taken additional 1400 damage, but that Dikoichi would have died to the tribe, which actually happened anyway. But the Dikoichi was set at that point.
You'd have the Regeki break. You wouldn't be breaking the set.
Now, if I had a Regeki break, well, if I had the Regeki break, that would have meant that he would have had spies. Then the Koichi wouldn't be able to pressure.
Yeah, it wouldn't be. It would, but it would be at a standstill for the spies.
Yeah, the Koichi versus spies. Yeah, I mean, definitely the game would last longer. I wouldn't lose so fast.
I think it was a good winning attempt, but yeah,
I mean,
this is
not
pretty straightforward.
Yeah, this hand is better, and
oh wow,
it was better, even better. And now again, like you would probably say, don't set Regeki break. Again, I would say I set Regeki break to protect my Dikoichi.
Well, we have Sook, so it's kind of, yeah, maybe I would set. Honestly, I don't like setting break in scenarios where it will give Storm value. That's something I've realized watching these matches. Just intuitively, I've been playing that way.
Well, value, it goes 1 for
This way,
1.
obviously, it's a very small point. It's a very small point, but yeah, Storm often doesn't even get the chance to go 1 for 1 in CT mirrors.
Well,
often I will side it out.
In city mirrors, its Storm is often just used to to clear for game, not so much for value.
Yeah.
So even if you go -1 with the Storm because he changed Regeki break on your something, then you're less in game, right?
I know, but you have to be in a position where you can go for game, which is
definitely.
Hopefully you won't be in a position where your opponent can.
Right.
So, yeah, I mean, it worked out here. Okay.
Oh, this was interesting. Like he shoots and he knows that we have a set, and he decides to bounce back tribe, and this is why I believe now that his set is spy.
Yeah, probably.
Okay, so
Oh,
yes,
that's
go
good.
first. I mean, definitely we
Yeah.
should duo
I mean, no.
first.
Yeah. If it's set for a Geki break, maybe he chains it. And that happened. But now,
He decided to kill the deco.
mhm.
uh,
We can certainly assume that his set is spy.
yeah, so I went for mind control because we can loop the spy, and for his own spy we have the ring there.
Yeah, no, I agree. Ring or snatch.
It's a nice plan because then we have huge pressure and very low on card. Oh yeah, he gets back,
Oh, well, that's different.
but still, I go for the
That's
same plan.
annoying. But yeah. Yeah, that's correct. So another reason not to set break in the is that in this scenario you would have
Right.
only one backrow. Yeah.
Maybe I
It's
will maybe
elegance.
yes. I mean, definitely
But yeah.
sometimes you get more elegant or fluid, hands because you don't have stuck make breaks. I might experiment with trying to keep it more often in hand because but yeah, I distinctly remember like some games where I could have said it but I didn't, and then I got 9,000 damage.
Well,
Those are
I feel
so
like that mostly happens mid game.
okay. So where were we? We are at the stage where we should pressure our opponent with mice. Attack first, right?
Do we
Because
just snatch? I think we snatch. I'd much rather use snatch here, I think, than ring.
wait, it's actually this a game. We can snatch him, and then we
Yeah.
can Tsukuyomi, and it's a game, lol.
Yeah.
It's 3006, 4007, 5000, and 9. So great, we missed a game shot.
Yeah. I wasn't even thinking about the game shot when I said snatch, but yes, I think either way should snatch.
But if this wasn't a
It's
game shot,
pretty dominant position in Garden. If it wasn't a game shot, I would still snatch.
well, then we are definitely getting exposed to too much back row. But in this case, we are getting rid of the problem with too much back.
Well, he gets 2 draws. I'm willing to accept that he might have a storm within those. We have Suit to deal with beaters. He hasn't got chaos set up. I think there are very few things that I'm scared of there. And Break can deal with the back row in order to deal the final damage.
Right. Well, either way, once you miss the game shot, there's no point in analyzing that much because then I feel like a clown.
Well, you have the game shot on the platter.
At least this turn, I won't miss the game shot. I hope.
Yep. Oh, you get to do it with the serpent as well.
Yeah. Okay, so in hindsight, very bad games. I played badly.
Yeah. Wasn't too great, but you did get the privilege of being the very first match in Format Library ladder,
The very first match,
which only had one element.
at least we learned some things not to do. Yeah, I guess that's it. Thanks for joining for the commentary. Do you have any final words?
I hope the viewers found this, enjoyable, instructional, whatever.
Right. Because we enjoy.
You hated it, please leave a comment telling us how much you hated it.
Yeah. Dislike the video, unsubscribe, and sell your computer on Amazon. Okay. Until next
eBay,
time.
probably.
eBay.
Facebook Marketplace. You guys.
Don't forget there are tariffs now, so be mindful of that.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, see you next time. Goodbye.